Hi, Nibiru in gold with the chromosomes. I'm Karisma Appedole, the mystic scientist. Hi. In TUCSON, Arizona, the 27th of September. Well, as I have explained to everybody, Nibiru planet spaceship has a speed of 300 kilometers per second of the acceleration of light, and it's 1 millisecond of it. So that's the reason he can work either in reverse camera or in front camera, which is the Merkaba flow of light, in the 0 point or phi or 72 degrees. So for this reason, he's now in the astral plane, and as being in the astral plane, he's in the frequency of dreams, of the emotional body, and also the equivalent of the subconscious, individual and collective, as well as the magnetosphere of the Earth, and the magnetic field, and the magnetism. So it's important what he's doing, because the astral plane, as it's equivalent to the dream's frequency, we can fly without an airplane, and also there's no weight. That's why he's with me. But it is not possible that it can be with everybody, because not everybody has the same frequency that I have and can stand and hold the frequency that Nibiru is working with my open helices. That is the difference, that not everybody can connect him the way I do. But that is not something that all of you cannot do. You can all be and have this privilege of what I'm doing here, as long as you do perform the virtues of your soul. You will raise the frequency of ascending the rotation of your atoms, and then you will be in the connection that I'm doing. If he did it to anyone else that doesn't hold the open helices I have, they will exactly burn. So be grateful that some of us can be like samples to help you. Take advantage of the opportunity that is being given. I posted a video, very interesting one, of David Percerizo from Spain, where he said, by the cacophonies that he is listening to voices, that Enki, our father co-creator, said that he was returning with a crew to the planet, and that they were coming to check the DNA. So I know that because as a contact, I have telepathic communication with the community galactic in Nibiru and with Enki and his crew. So that is what they are doing, checking the DNA to know which of you, of 7.5 billion people, have been able to learn the lessons of karma and overcome it. If not, they are giving you the opportunity by the adjustment of your chromosomes, which is your DNA, so you can hold the human frequency of planet Earth and upload the 7.83 electric field that 90% of inhabitants in planet Earth have, and that you need to balance it with the 16 hertz of the magnetic field, because the gravitational pull of planet Earth, which is already in 16 hertz, the magnetic field is built by the rotation and translation movement in a spiral of our planet, and it's caused a spiral in space-time that it is called phi, or the logarithmic asymmetric spiral. That is the reason why he's now in that phi, or 0 point, working for 72 degrees, where we have Each atom of all the whole creation a state of perfection with the light that we were granted by the consciousness creator, one consciousness that we call God. But the problem is that disconnection people has because they do not connect the photon with the quantum, which is the particle with the vibration, to 300,000 kilometers per second of the speed of light. So this is important, really, that you do a reflection and don't think that I'm not speaking the truth. The truth will make you free. And that is one of the purposes of doing these videos, that you understand so you can be by yourself free of manipulations, free of your own egos, fears, misunderstanding, and lack of love. The lack of love to yourself, to others, and to our God makes the whole difference from a second level consciousness conflicted bipolar one to a third level consciousness, which are the persons that acquire these 7 to 12 helix open absorption of photons in the DNA, which are the citizens of planet Earth from now on. Kindly share this video. And also there is a postulate in special relativity that says that in fourth anti-dimension, and we are now in fourth anti-dimension in the beginning of it because of the connection of the phone to the frequencies of the astral plane, which is in the invisible, because our reflected body in the astral plane is the same as us, but it has a more open molecular structure because we cannot have it doesn't have a compression as the physical body has of energy. Mass is compressed and energy is compressed in mass according to the equation of Einstein EMC squared. And even in Einstein's scientific work, it shows when I do the transportation and I do the transfer to the spiritual realm or the evolution realm of the laws of nature, you need to accelerate the speed of light of that compression in your physical body because people is stuck and compressed in third dimension from 200 to 266,000 kilometers per second of the speed of light. They cannot connect the 34,000 kilometers, which is the 0 point, the phi, the 72 degrees in every atom, because of the bad conduct behavior and density that they have of karma. So it's time that this postulate of special relativity means that in fourth dimension, everything is due to the observer and to what is observed according to the speed in relation of light. So that's the reason if I move the phone, it's valid in the postulate of special relativity. I move the phone and there it is because it's anti-gravity. It has no weight. Here it is, here it is, here it is. You see? That is the way things work. That is the connection of the left brain to the right brain, because the corpus callosum of 90% of people is very hard and they cannot connect the frequencies higher than light speed. So that is the purpose of all the moons in the 8th chakra, Pica Blue, to connect the 300,000 kilometers per second of the speed of light in your brain, so you can have an opening of a third level consciousness connection with a new neuronal electric connection, which gives a power of 7 to 12 photons. If you don't have this, you cannot hold the frequency of 16 hertz in planet Earth, which is already in fifth anti-dimension, ruled by the crystal instruction and by geometry, where our Akashic records are, our faraway memories of lives, and also where we have the soul body. The frequency of the soul body here also is 533,066 kilometers per second, of the speed of light according to my new physics, transformed, multidimensional, and cosmic. And you can follow them in the matrices of the quadrature of the circle, in Facebook, in the book I have in AmazonKindle.com, also in my website, www.charismas, with an S, words, bowls, BOWLS.com. This is important because this new education is needed for you in order to hold the human resonance and be a citizen in planet Earth. All the newborns from the 80s have a crystalline structure adapted to adamantine structure of the sun rays of Alcyon that Enki left a crystal with Ingrid sang his wife then 300,000 years ago. So we have the opportunity not to be like animals and robots as many of you are. But you are because of the manipulation of evil forces, but you have permitted it. Now the most important thing is the forgiveness in your heart, because that way you will be liberated of all the obscure forces that have been manipulating you for thousands of years. May peace prevail in your heart and connect your soul body. Karisma Appedole, the mystic scientist. Thank you, Nibiru Planet Spaceship, for being in red, for being in gold, for being in green, for being in blue, and in violet.